I was down in South America in Peru actually, and while I was down there for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, my uncle who lives in West Palm invited me to Florida, to America, and so I moved up just kind of to visit him, and then he told me to apply for school. I did, I got stuck, and kind of here we are. So I came in the summer B semester last year, but I was trying to, come and do the American kind of university experience, get whatever I could out of it, the way of partying and just kind of hanging out. I was in the cafeteria one day, and I saw a small group of people talking about like a pool party or something, and I kind of eavesdropped a little bit. I heard they didn't have a car, so me being, with wheels, I talked to them. I picked them up from their apartment at 9 p.m, took them out to the party, which I thought was a party. It turned out to be actually the pool party from Salt last year. I got the phone number of one of the staff at that party, and I didn't know it was Christian. Like, had I known, I would have left, because I kind of hated anything to do with God. Wanted me to grab coffee with them the next week. Great conversation, but even then I couldn't quite decide to give my life to Jesus. And I told him, I was like, that's not gonna, I don't want it, I don't want faith, I don't want any of this. I had everything, and the one thing I didn't have was fulfillment, a sense of purpose, and that was the one thing that they all had. And I realized that about my life. I was like, I have everything, the travel, the money, the experiences, and they had literally none of that, but they had something that I didn't have. I felt very kind of void of purpose, but God, being the awesome creator he is, decided that that wasn't how it should end. So what happened was I gave my life to Christ. I'd never kind of been part of any ministry, I would say, so it was kind of the first one that I've ever experienced. But I would say it was fantastic to actually find a sense of community, within friends and peers, people that thought the same way as me, acted the same way as me, actually like to do things like sports and stuff. I realized that Christians weren't just kind of weirdos that read books, but actually were normal people that had purpose and meaning, and had these fantastic attributes to their lives, which I desperately wanted myself. So that sense of brotherhood and community that I found in the circle with Salt was amazing, and something that I really hang on to and treasure to this day. Life's been very different since I gave my life to Christ, to say the least. I was able to actually make sense of some of the things that went wrong in my life, and I was able to have a relationship with God and also find meaning and fulfillment in my life, which was something I never thought I'd have before. So if you're kind of in the place where I was a year ago, just super skeptical about religion, I'll tell you what, the scene across the road from you, the party scene and stuff, that's not going to do it for you. It won't. I was kind of in this state of being separated from God, and I was trying to find all these ways I could get back to him, through the party scene, through fame, through money, through football, through all these different ways. But I was actually just pushing myself further away from the only way I could get back to God, which was a belief in Christ. Pursuing Christ and pursuing a relationship with God is, in the end of the day, the only way that you're going to find that fulfillment and that kind of the relationship with God and your Creator. And it's worth pursuing, definitely is.